everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, we're jumping into things today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start by stripping the whole Mustang body down. I wanna get all the paint off the car or as much as possible, just to kind of see what we're working with here, bodywork wise. Looking back on things, I probably should have not done the interior first because things are gonna get messy. I got a door that I gotta fix. Don't know how that's gonna go. But yeah, let's just jump into it and start taking all the paint off the car. Kind of worried a little bit about what I'm gonna find because I started taking some of the paint off and I noticed there's a lot of filler on the car in some areas. So yeah, a little scary, but I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also remember to set your bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. All right, let's jump into things. So as you know, I've been basically stripping everything down, got most of the car stripped now. I started to, really attack this part of the door over here, and I can't quite get out all the dents. And so I'm like, well, worst comes to worst. Since CJ Pony was having a sale, bam, we got some fresh goodies. Got some other stuff on the way, but for now, all right, so I ended up ordering a new door skin for the driver's side door, just for that spot. So if I needed to cut and patch, I could totally do that. I don't know if it's gonna match up at all. I don't know if I'm actually gonna need to use it, but otherwise I can use the metal for other parts of the car. So it wasn't expensive, it was an easy fix. I've also got a new trunk lid coming in because when I started to take the paint off of here, I mean, it is smashed up and just curled in a lot of parts. Doesn't even match up evenly, and there's not a lot I can do to fix that. I mean, I can try and pull that out, but at the end of the day, it was hit in such a weird angle that I'm getting a huge gap here, a small gap here, and the whole thing is just wonky and off. I've also got this back part that I need to probably pull out a bit more. It probably needs to come out another like 1/4 inch. I'm noticing a lot of spots where they filled and tried to pull and stuff, and this is why I didn't fill the gas tank yet, is because I knew that I'd probably be having to do some work on the back end near the gas tank. So not too bad. This is all hidden under here. I still may try and pop that out a bit. Still got to take some paint off, little spots here and there, but I stopped taking the paint off this once I discovered all this mess. And I also got to fill in these holes where the vinyl top trim was originally. So got a lot of, you know, body work to do basically. So yeah, let's jump into it. All right, so I ended up cutting part of my door out. Thought I'd give it a try on the door skin, and here's what we are left with, basically. Ooh, gross. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. A lot of rust in there. Fantastic. That's what happens when the door is left open to moisture and there are no moisture barriers. So yeah, this is what I cut out. Just basically all the grossness here. A lot of bad parts, just a mess. The rest of the door skin is really, really good. It's in great shape, no major dents or anything. I've got this taped up in this shape, roughly. I'm gonna lay this on top, and then that way I can trace my lines before I cut. I'm gonna cut that out. First, I'm gonna go in here though, and go over all this rust with a rust inhibitor spray. And then since our window is, the window crank is pretty much done on this sucker, it's not staying up, it just kind of falls down. I went to CJ Pony and I got some new window cranks for both sides of the car. So I got one for the driver's side and one for the passenger side door, just in case. They weren't too pricey, but the driver's side and passenger side both slip down, and I want to make sure like nobody can just pop the window down and get into my car. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, especially when this is off, because it'll be way easier to see what I'm doing. All right, so in the middle of all of this body working, I ended up ordering a set of spinner hubs because I wanted some 65 hubs, and I really love the spinner look. I think it's like totally old school, just like kind of super badass looking. So thought I'd try them out. Got a really good deal. I think I got these for like $100 a set of 4. They are, you know, original. So I'm gonna have to clean them up. They're pretty, you know, dull and grody with some oxidation. I may have to replace the middle part on some of them. But yeah, I thought I would just start polishing them up and see what we got, you know? See if I can polish them out. I think we should be in business. I think we should be good. So yeah, gonna give it a try. I went ahead and polished up my my rims here, which I'm super happy with the way they turned out. They ended up looking really good, really super shiny. Love the spinners on them. So gotta love it. Classic, total classic 1965 look that I love, especially with the white walls. It's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good. Anyways, let's jump back in. what I ended up doing to the door is I trimmed everything back in here, got everything like cleared out and all that good stuff. Then I spray painted it with some rust reformer from Rust-Oleum, just to kind of go ahead and take care of a lot of the rusty spots, or as much as I could get. Then there were these like kind of eroded strips of foam under here, and those are just to hold the door so it doesn't like clank, and it's basically to put pressure back on the door so it gives it some rigidity. So it's just like a frame piece here. So all I did is I took some of these workout mats that I have, and I took a piece of this and I cut it up, thinned it out, stabbed my hand by accident, you know, whatever, it happens. Just cut it up with the razor blade, then thinned it out with my grinder and made it a little bit thinner, and then just glued it down with some sealant here, as you can see. Yeah, so I just put sealant here, and then that way I can put this piece that I cut out. Hopefully this works. I really hope it works. I'll put this piece here and start welding it up. Hope that it works. I am gonna have a pretty decently large gap right here. Not sure how I mismeasured that, because I measured it so many times, and I don't know, I even put the piece up. Even the old piece fits, but I guess with the curvature and the way that the piece is, the other piece, I don't know. So it's just gonna be interesting trying to get this curved in, because this has got to actually meet the original door right here. So yeah, I'm gonna put some little welding pieces in, then go ahead and scuff all this up and get it ready to go, and then we'll start welding. Alright y'all, so just wanted to show you my terrible welding job. It didn't go that great. This is probably the worst welding job I think I've ever done. But check it out. So I ended up getting kind of a warpage like this all along the panel, because the metal is so thin, which really sucks, and everything is kind of doing this all the way through, so it's like a valley in everything, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to basically bend it down and attach it to the actual inside, which should help. Also, side note, does anybody else, when it's like wintertime and it's cold and it's dry, get like their fingers crack on the ends? Because all my fingers are freaking cracking. It sucks. Anyways, I basically tried to fill as much of this as I could. I've got this gap I mismeasured apparently, so that's fantastic. I'm gonna cut a little piece to fit in there and then weld that in, but at least I don't have any holes in my door anymore and there isn't rust. Yeah, good times. Learning experience. Didn't have to do that, I don't think, with the way the door was. I should have probably just replaced the whole door skin, but whatever. I didn't want to just tear the whole door apart. It was way easier just to cut this out, I think, and do it like this, because I've already painted the interior of the door. So let's cut that extra piece out that goes right here and weld that up. I basically drilled all these spots here for spot welds, because it basically wraps around the inside of the door. So I gotta flip the door, wrap it, and hit those, and that should secure it down. But yeah, man, it is very warpy from all the heat. I tried to cool it while I was going, and it's so hard to weld a big plate like that of such thin metal. So it is what it is. It's all good. It's not a show car. So anyways, it was fun. Not kind of. Okay, yeah, sort of. All right, let's jump back in. All right, so we just ended up replacing this nasty bit of metal that was the old door and replaced it with part of a new door skin that doesn't quite look that great, but gonna kind of get a little worried around here. I don't know if I might be sticking out a little weird and wonky. Yeah, up here things didn't quite line up right, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of filler work. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a giant divot in here, unfortunately. So yeah, not the best. My welding, not great. But, you know, it was fun to try. I'm gonna put the door on to actually see what we're working with here, because it's probably gonna require a lot of filler, but at least now there's not holes in the door and the metal isn't weak and funky from being pulled out so much and hammered in the past. Hopefully I didn't just create more work for myself. Maybe I should have just put filler over it and just gone with it. I may end up just doing that on the other side, because this was stupid. It took way too long to do all of this. It took me like a couple days, and I don't even know how it's gonna look. Like, it's pretty wonky. Yeah, this metal is just so thin, and when it comes to like welding that much metal on such an unsupported part of the car, because literally it's just a skin that just sits and it's pretty thin, it just starts to like move on you. But this is another reason why I had to get it out of here. I mean, just look at that. From the olden days, whenever they tried to pull it out, it was just bad. I ended up ordering a new trunk lid and noticed a few things off the bat. I ordered this from Holly because it was the cheapest. That's where I could find it, the cheapest. Nice little dent right there, unfortunately. I think I can get that out though. Not anything crazy. This end was bent in. I don't know if you can see that edge bent down in. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments though. The whole trunk needs to slide back more towards the back of the car, because there's a very large gap through here, and I'm also gonna have to bring it closer in, because they're on this side especially, because there's a gap right here, as you can see, and it's sticking out. I'm gonna have to do some finagling to get it to work. I'm gonna also have to probably bend this a little bit, because this sits very high up on that end. And then it sits higher, a little bit too proud of this side. So it almost needs to be like bent like that. And I don't think that's the actual lid. I think it's my car, because it was in a rear accident at one time. I just need to kind of turn it more like that, and then it should be good. And I gotta slide it back, get those dents out, and then we should be good. But it fits really well. It locked down into place, even without the little thing there. It worked really well. I've got to get a lot of these dents out of here as well. All right, so anyways, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it right now. So if you could, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can set your bell notifications so that you're notified every time I post a new video. I got new stuff coming out. We're making a lot of progress here. Pretty much got the bodywork and then paint, all that good stuff, and we're done for the most part. Got to put the seatbelt in and then put all the chrome stuff back on. Thank you all so much for following along, and I really appreciate all y'all support. All right, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks. Bye.